Good afternoon to everybody again that has joined us this afternoon. As we spoke earlier with the Group CEO of Zenith Bank, she was speaking about how she doesn't like these protocols. She likes to have them done and then wants to rest on them. But I find that in my industry, sometimes you have to go a bit over and just very quickly, without hopefully not getting into trouble, identify and acknowledge a few what I think are market stalwarts that I see. We've been having several events at the exchange, of course, in this cycle, hosting several companies and banks. But I have to say that the energy here today is probably like none that I have seen in that cycle. And I see some directors of the NGX that haven't come for any of those events before. And then I see some that are actually saying they are not with NGX, but they are with Zenith Bank this time around. And I think that speaks the story itself. But I see some, market, I think, stalwarts, Chief Nwosu, Sir Boniface, and so many people who I think are very critical to our market. It would be a bit remiss not to acknowledge them and just to say a very warm good afternoon again to everybody. Now, I'm sure everyone's not gathered to listen to me, so I'll make my comments very, very brief. And it's really just to perhaps align with what the chairman NGX had said, add a bit more appreciation to Zenith Bank and the entire team that has led to today. A few weeks ago, the DG of the SEC rang me, and he said that, the group CEO Zenith had just left his office, and they spoke about the capital raise that they had coming up, and that I should rest assured that Zenith Bank would support every single one of our initiatives, particularly technology. Of course, if you're close to the exchange, you will know that this subject of digitization and digital and technology has been very, very key to us. We've looked at this as an opportunity to digitize our capital markets, particularly primary offerings, so that, things are less paper and manual and more digital. And I think, thankfully, we've made material progress. But Zenith Bank has been a very, very strong partner to that. And I really have to acknowledge that. From the very top all the way down, we had very strong support by the bank. And I think I dare say that of all the banks who we're very thankful for, of course, every single bank that has done capital raising has consumed our digital. But Zenith Bank, I think, took that to a whole different level. I think all of the core banking applications of the bank, for example, their mobile, their web, the entire tech infrastructure of the bank has really, really been devoted to this. And I think for us, we found that very, very humbling because it really speaks to, I think, the strength of what we've also tried to do. And I was speaking also to the group CEO. Last week, we saw, perhaps I would not mention the figure, because she's worried that if people know that the offer is being well received, they might hold back. But I said, no, I'm sure that the market would love that even more. We had a particular day last week, well over, almost running into a couple billion nairas worth of digital transactions just through digital channels that came in there. And I think in line of that also, let me just say a very quick thank you also to many of the partners that help us have this picture come to reality. I see the CEO of CSCS here as well. Where, if you know our market, of course, everything that the exchange does, underlining that, of course, is the CSCS, and we're very thankful for the support we received from the CSCS, ably led by Mr. Jalu Waziri. Many of our market intermediaries as well, Stanbic, that I would say represents what is the best also of our capital markets. My colleagues, it's a very, very good sort of omen, as it were, for our market. They're very excited as to what those things can do. And finally, for me, I think as we speak back to the Zenith Bank story, like has been said before, Zenith and the history, I think, is very closely correlated to NGX, to the exchange, right from day one. And we really look forward to the opportunity of this offer, deepening those ties and taking that relationship and the capital market as a whole to the very next level. Thank you all very much. Thank you.